Two more COVID-19 patients died at Jennings this morning. Death toll from COVID-19 in Manipur rises to 27. Manipur reports 118 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours, rising states tally to 5,843, of which 1,759 are active cases. Chief Minister Nongthong Biren lays foundation stones for various schemes sponsored by the centre worth around 647 crore rupees. And India reports single-day spike of 77,266 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 61,529. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm Joyshree Usham with the top stories and latest news at this hour. Manipur reported two more COVID-19 related deaths today, rising the state's death toll to 27. Both the coronavirus infected persons died at Jennings COVID care wards today. Impact News sources said that one of the deceased persons is 55-year-old personnel of 13 Assam Rifles. He passed away at around 6 a.m. He was confirmed positive for COVID-19 on August 13 using rapid antigen test kit, while the other deceased person is 40-year-old woman from Imphal East district. She succumbed to COVID-19 in the wee hours. She tested positive for COVID-19 on August 21st using a rapid antigen test kit. Both the deceased persons had comorbid health conditions. Confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur have reached 5,843, of which 1,759 are active cases, and recoveries are 4,057. Death toll has reached 27. As per State Health Department and COVID-19 Command Control Room press release at 5 p.m. today, in the past 24 hours, 118 people tested positive for COVID-19, out of which 81 persons are from general population and 37 are personnel of Central Armed Police Force. Infected persons from the general population are 37 from Imphal West District, 24 from Imphal East District, 12 from Thoubal District, 2 each from Senapati, Churachandpur and Technopal districts, 1 each from Kakching and Bishnupur districts. 2 persons, 1 each from Kakching and Churachandpur out of the general population are returnees from other states, while the rest 79 are locals without any significant travel history. They are being shifted to COVID care facilities and necessary measures are underway. In the past 24 hours, 100 people were discharged after recovery. Manipur's recovery rate stands at 69.43%. Though the state government has imposed total lockdown in the state till August 31st in a bid to contain the spread of COVID-19, traffic movement is getting active day by day in Imphal city and people failed to adhere strictly to the lockdown norms. Many retail shops were seen opened during the lockdown relaxation period. Pharmacies were opened as usual, irrespective of any restrictions. Various shops selling essential items around Khwaramban market were also opened today and customers rushed to buy products under the strict supervision of the police. "66 people from various states of Jharkhand, Bihar, Punjab and West Bengal who had served quarantine period at Eklavya Model Residential School and Institutional Quarantine Center of Moreh have left Imphal for their respective states. They are laborers who were engaged in the highway construction works in Myanmar as per an agreement between the Government of India and the Myanmar government. They were tested for COVID-19 using rapid antigen test kits and found negative, after which they left More yesterday, and today they left Imphal for their respective states. Earlier on August 19, the Myanmar authority handed over 128 laborers to the Indian authority, out of which 62 people had left already for Kolkata via roadway.
Meanwhile, in this quarantine period, we are being given with good facilities by the Manipur government. The food was very good, and all the arrangements in the schools was up to mark. And we are very thankful to Myanmar government that has organized such a grateful things around us. Our quarantine period is over, and we have been provided with quarantine certificates and medical report of COVID. Thank to Manipur government for all the arrangements that has been made by the localites and people around us.
Chief Minister Nongthong Mambiren today laid the foundation stones for various schemes sponsored by the centre worth around 647 crore rupees under the Minor Irrigation and Minority Affairs. The Chief Minister has assured to inaugurate all the projects by August 15 next year. Owing to the COVID-19 pandemic, the foundation laying ceremony was held at City Convention Centre in Palace Compound. Foundation stones were laid for 375 surface minor irrigation schemes, 550 groundwater irrigation scheme under Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sanchayi Yojana Har Khet Ko Pani of the Ministry of Water Resources, and 151 infrastructure projects for areas mostly populated by the minority population under Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakaram of the Ministry of Minority Affairs. Relevant deputy commissioners of every district unveiled the projects via video conferencing for the Chief Minister. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister N. Biren said that all the projects being initiated under the Minor Irrigation and Minority Affairs were based on suggestions and feedbacks received from the public during Miyamgi Numit, Hills Leaders Day, Go to Village, Go to Hills, and 2-year-long scientific research. He said the present government prefers to show by deeds, hence it remained quiet when the opposition parties kept on criticizing each and every move of the government. Biren also disclosed that a WhatsApp group will be created with relevant DCs, officials, local MLAs and ministers as participants to deliberate on the progress of the projects. The Chief Minister said the projects will be successful only when everyone involved work dedicatedly with a sense of we feeling instead of being self-centric.
Kana gomba karana panganga ngising da paisa thada de semi ga sendega aduna ne ina he bakri practically ai kana gomba khara adum pharasu phati haiba mi le ko tawrusu tawde as tawde da na dum haiba mi su le adu di koina manaru ya ba moi du di po da sa manu ga mani yaur kan ne society da dum yaur le mi thagat pa hidu mi se dum sidar ga da nungai ba mi su dum ai pol ko de dum le but in practice akhoni engada practically kari changes la case Mamangi le rama sahi kun sada le rama handa ki sahi ahum makhai da tawrai sil kari change la case madugi potuni ko ne program yan da thamning se aigi haiba pot ma hek thamige hana man thamige thabak ama da sakoi tikas mai longni haraba tenders wa in tawni haraba wa orders wa in tawni haraba bill pasas wa in tawni ai kakani haraba aina tawni na bo loina haidra le rama thabak ama da sakar roi da aduna please do cooperate ai khoi ye ba pot ma mang da thar ka thab do se thabak to hana ko isin thabak to mai pa ba matung da thabak to na mangol oi rama matung da puna mang ai khoi gi ni madai da ai khoi gi mai pa la ko da ai gi su yaw ba ne ai gi ne ba kai ma benefit tra funding ai to se ma se thadong se then only koi Manipur se ai hanjan hai je bane sahi ahum ma khaida se ma se sabung ma ga sahi tara da Manipur pura ahum ma gi do se sabung ma do
Chief Minister Biren also assured that the government is all set to inaugurate many model schools in the hills Sadbhavana Mandap and staff quarters of government officials by this December. He also said that construction is underway for 7 crore rupees worth rest house near the royal residence of titular King Leshembasana Jauba in the palace compound for Hills chiefs when they visit the king. He further assured that the government is making full-on effort to complete 700 crore rupees worth Dolai Thabi and Thawal projects under Rural Water Supply Scheme with quality maintenance, and that the Khuga Dam will also be repaired at the earliest. Biren claimed that the minor irrigation department has been revived in the past 2 years. He further claimed that the government has brought emotional integrity between the hills and valley inhabitants. The Chief Minister also instructed the Tribal Affairs and Revenue Department to take into account the mushrooming villages and recognition of villages in the hill areas.
Kari pothok se koi Manipur da pothok pa yage school gi uniform ayam pi dise koi na handloom and handicraft gi pothok ma pa de pothok ta pusal ta yage karai da adu Hawaii si Hawaii nasagi Hawaii mangal si da worsu pusal ta yage natraga na hangam thau si da worsu pusal ta yage hai ba posak karai koi identify tong na ba committee ma seme committee si ai final oidri ni khara Cow gi, ICR gi, agri gi, horticulture gi, lady ba gi, Manipur University gi kari gi, lady ba experts si yahol laga. Adu dorokan da, ay koi thabak wena hong duya ba. Adu ki thabak hong na ba niya infrastructure semprais. Pauponan ji haradi double cropping si da koi emphasis bi bada adu pauponan.
Speaking at the foundation laying ceremony, Chief Minister N. Biren also said the BJP-led state government is dedicated to bring equal development of both hills and valley regions. He said that a state committee has been formed comprising of heads and experts of various departments to enhance local products to make the state self-reliant. However, it is not finalized yet and the committee needs approval from the cabinet. He also said that the government is taking special measures to combat COVID-19 pandemic in the state. He assured that awareness and following protocols will defeat the pandemic. Biren also mentioned that the government has started distributing loans to street vendors whose livelihood have been affected by the pandemic. He said government is also considering to tap in the skills of talented youths who have returned to the state due to the pandemic by providing them loans under the startup scheme. Chief Minister Biren appeals for public support for the success of all these government's initiatives.
Karamba says, Singhamritam Animakshe, Laiba Punamakshida, development, the Manava Taka labor, self-respect labor, education gilam nahero, economy gilam nahero, any field, Manava Takama Daikwe, Leminaba Dumba, Honabadugi, mission, quick comments again, mission Duni, when Honazali said, Mashidam. Macha masu asoiba aranba mate yaubi adu hairusin du prajamyamna suggestion advice ro da koi haram lawi adu gai koi sumthoga asum balambida phabalambida mayam ya pamba wakhalo koi chana ba honai covid si laina lobusu yade adu yam kine lobusu yade yam panic piba yam na koi da even kalino thoka dur si gai na khanba adu su to bigano ai koi na section laga isa na section laga isa na care to ga na thuk chebangamba.
As part of the various schemes, Chief Minister N. Biren today laid the foundation for the construction of 306 crore rupees worth water leaf irrigation RLI scheme at Kiamgai, Mamanglaikai in Khergaon constituency of Imphal East District. The RLI scheme will be constructed under minor irrigation and MOBC to provide irrigation to paddy fields of the state. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister N. Biren assured that government is making efforts to complete the construction of the irrigation system within August this year. He added that 300 different sites for groundwater have also been identified to ensure availability of clean drinking water in the state. He also disclosed that the government is planning to construct 400 mini dams to collect water from streams originating from the hills. Chief Minister N. Biren also laid the foundation stone for the construction of a girls' hostel at the event. Kairao MLA, L. Rameshwar, MLAs, ministers and other eminent persons took part in the event.
Ground dagi ising jising kalaga pamna or kuhana kuha to go jaga yauri pam hulaga koi sprinkler dor ka kap da ba jaga yauri mafam loina identify tawre adugi mafam chahum du mane akoi gi ching macha lai ba sing gi lok macha da gi chen thare bi sing mayam si nong tari ngai da sing je loina khoi bakha da chen thare ne ba nong hang kan da sing am ta le horoi ba aduna hai ba sing ji water sing da gi tare ba sing mayam si stream macha da lai ba mayam si stroke tung na ba gi akoi gi mini dam hai tare mini dam macha samri mu ki me da yauri.
All Manipur Students Union AMSU celebrated its 55th Foundation Day across the state today. The main event was held at AMSU headquarters at DM College campus. AMSU was formed on this day, one day after the students agitated against the artificial famine of 1965 in Manipur. The celebration began with hoisting of the union's flag by AMSU President Peter Joyshree. Attendees observed 1 minute silence in memory of the martyrs who died on Hunger Marches Day. Speaking on the occasion, he urged the state government to initiate measures to ease the plights facing the public due to COVID-19 pandemic. Peter Joyshree also urged the government to take actions against drug dealers and curb drugs menace in the state. Former office bearers and members of the union and representatives of other student bodies, women associations and other organizations affiliated to AMSU attended the event. AMSU's annual souvenir and a patriotic song dedicated to Hunger Marches Day were released on the occasion. AMSU members donated blood to RIMS and Jennings blood banks to mark the day. They also distributed edible items to inmates of various quarantine centers and media houses. All Manipur Students Union AMSU also observed its 55th Foundation Day in Zirbam district. AMSU district Committee Zirbam organized the event at the conference hall of the union office in Babupara. Attendees paid floral tributes to deceased members of the union and also observed 2 minute silence as a mark of respect to the departed souls. National Students Union of India NSUI, Manipur State and Manipur Pradesh Youth Congress Committee jointly carried out a protest demonstration demanding to postpone the NEET and JEE exams to be held in the first week of September. President of NSUI Manipur State P. Bamkin Chandra said that the decision taken by the BJP government will stress the students. He demanded the government to take risk if any students were found to be COVID-19 positive after appearing the examinations. Manipur Pradesh Youth Congress Committee President N. Mahananda also took part in the protest meet staged at BT Road.
Wakal amata khantaba tawdana ngasi mahairoi khunaida wariba marak asida hena muka hena awaba pinana ba haidana exam ase koi miyam gi welfare gi damak yengdana student safety amata gi tawdana makoina exam ase namru hapuda lam forcibly pangthokna na ba haibase NSY Manipur State na amasung Manipur Pradesh Congress na throughout the country strongly condemned the way yaningde was born to view high machine massive congo jage high demand see to galoina na city protest kamjabani.
Former Secretary of Sekmaijin Kuna Welfare Club and Director of Management Manipur State Cooperative Bank Board K. Manihar has warned to file a public interest litigation PIL against a distribution of improper amount of PDS items under PMGKAY and NAFSA to beneficiaries of Yanglam constituency from September onwards. He said the same during a press meet organized by Young Learner Association at the Community Hall of Langmaidong, Maning Mayay Lekai today. Manihar said that the COVID-19 lockdown in a bid to contain the spread of coronavirus since March has greatly affected the public, especially the daily bread earners. He expressed discontentment that a short amount of rice under PMGKAY were not distributed to beneficiaries in the constituency. He urged the authorities concerned to look into the matter at the earliest.
थागे अखोइदा इशू तोरिबा कार्डा जेनाइन ओइबा कार्डसे यांग केंद्र सिगोइना 32,565 PMJKY दसु सिदा इशू तोरिबने अदुदा मखोइना पीरिबदी PMJKY गी सिंगसिदा 3 kg खत पीरे अदुगा नापसागिदना अखोइ 4 kg खत पीरे अथो थंगलाबा सुगनु केंद्रदा अदुगा मैंगफान केंद्रदा 5 kg सही मंगा सुबदगे दुम लोइना पीरगा अखोइ यांग केंद्रगी सिनंगा सिफावदा पीदना अखोइगी लाइरिबा एजेंट सिंगदुना तौनिंग ममोंगदा माइ पोलिंग एरिया दुदा तौबसिना थोनिंगदा क्राइम के मयाम थोए सोशल मीडिया दा फेसबुक दा मयाम थेंगनबिरमनी मसी अखोइ थोक्तनबा यारि मखै लाक्तोरिबा सेप्टेम्बर थासिदगिदी अखोइ सिंगसे काता ऑल यांग केंद्र सिगी ओइना होल्डर दा सिंगसे येंद्रगदी आइनगी मतिंग लौरगा अखोइ थबक लखसगनी.
All India Students Federation Manipur State Council has condemned the alleged misappropriation of free rice given to beneficiaries under NAFSA and PMGKY in various assembly constituencies of Manipur amid the COVID-19 lockdown. Pradhan of Phumlau Gram Panchayat M. Manikchand has clarified that they never used any excavator from GP share to carry out works under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. He also clarified that the GP does not utilize all the funds sanctioned under MG NREGA scheme. He said GP utilizes 50% of the fund, 25% is utilized by the Zilla Parishad and the remaining 25% is utilized by the line department. Manikchand said digging of a canal in Ward number 3 Phumlau Sifai using an excavator is from the Zilla Parishad's share. Hence, Pradhan and member of the Gram Panchayat have no involvement.
Phumlau Gram Panchayat ki manungdadi aigi GP share oina ai excavator machine sijiнаgiba leite ai mamangda su leite handak su ai matungda su ai sijinabe wakal leite ministry guideline su machine su aiba leite aduna masigi suje moina machine sui amjung suni suru ena tongna bagi matang sidi ai GP ki share na tabanina ai masirida moina hairiba pradhan wakal ubada kana phangdre haibasi matang sidani aina moina kena phana wakalaga su masi aiga mari leinate GP share gi natabanina ZP share gi thabak oibanina masi aiga karigoma hiramomta da masi mari leinate.
Nagaching Macheng Village Authority has refuted the allegations charged by Joint Coordinating Committee on Wildlife and Biodiversity. It may be mentioned that the committee had alleged the village authority of expelling a dog owner and her family for informing the news media about her dog being shot with a gun by another villager. Village Chief Gaithauni Gangmei appeals to the committee not to spread fake news and mislead the public about the village. He said that the village authority had called the dog owner Nimiwon Kashung twice to clarify the incident, but she fails to respond. He added that the village did not ostracize her. The village chief also condemned the action of misleading the Hengang police station about the incident. Meanwhile, speaking to Impact News, Hengang OC said that no complaint had been registered in Hengang police station about killing of a dog on July 26.
Jumbuga Ruti Shinga, Pandarga, Jumdigi, Okroana, Odara Matokivni, Masagi Maran, the Matung in the Ma, Sasakivni, Akuna by Posta, Tantoki Sulate. We had Kibusulate, Jining. Anyman foundation na we do inquiry to view we had keep sulate aduga jining anyman foundation ga authority singa famina si haina madam na so hairakpa port fonda wari sana kibini adu so ji ma bu ngairi thong launa hang dun lei aduga moina osida maran siriba port di nagaching kunja mayam natrang authority mayam na.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
Kaziranga University, the #1 career university in the Northeast, offering a wide range of UG and PG courses with up to 100% merit-based scholarship, a state-of-the-art infrastructure, and unbeatable placements. A pioneer in shaping, molding, and delivering excellence, Kaziranga University is the right place to launch your career.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. India reported single-day spike of 77,266 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, country's total COVID-19 cases have crossed 33.87 lakh, of which active cases are above 7,42,000, and death toll has reached 61,529, while 25,83,948 people have recovered. Country's rate of recovery has improved to above 76%. Maharashtra has the highest number of active cases of above 1,78,000. Meanwhile, the Indian Council of Medical Research said that more than 9 lakh tests were conducted in the last 24 hours. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 2 crore 46 lakh people and above 8 lakh 36,000 people have died. Recoveries are above 1 crore 71 lakh. USA is on top with more than 25 lakh 15,000 active cases, followed by Brazil and India. Currently, there are above 28,000 active cases of COVID-19 in the northeast states, including Manipur. Assam's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 98,807, out of which 19,219 are active cases. Arunachal Pradesh's confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 3,633, out of which 1,007 are active cases. Nagaland's confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 3,784, out of which 1,031 are active cases. Tripura's total confirmed COVID-19 cases have crossed 10,000, out of which 3,486 are active cases. There are 503 active cases of COVID-19 in Mizoram, 388 in Sikkim, and 1,222 active cases of COVID-19 in Meghalaya. Indian Red Cross Society Imphal East District Branch, along with People's Task Force for COVID-19, Fellow Eastern Union Sporting Club, Telo Village Authority, Telo Mera Paibi, and Sunlight Library Club Kongba organized awareness programs on COVID-19 today. A chairman of IRCS Imphal East, Narendra Ningomba, co-convener of People's Task Force for COVID-19, and Bimol, and other renowned persons attended the events. District Election Officer Thoubal has conducted a meeting related to special summary revision of photo electoral roll of Manipur to be released in January of 2021. ADM Thoubal El Radhakanta and SDO Lilong MD Ziur Rahman spoke on how to conduct the revision successfully. Members of various national and regional political parties in Thoubal and Kaching districts attended the event. 1 metric tons of organic pineapples produced by the farmers of Bunglon and Kaushabung in Churachandpur district have been exported to Dehradun and Uttarakhand to help the farmers amid the lockdown. Project Director of MoMA K. Devadatta said that Manipur Organic Mission Agency, MoMA, and Clover Organic Private Limited, which is a service provider, jointly initiated the project under Chief Minister N. Biren. He said that 10 metric tons of ginger produced by the farmers of Rizal district have been bought by MoMA along with Sintung Organic Farmers Company, and it will be made available at the organic outlet in Sanjenthong at a subsidized rate. He added that kiwis of Sanapati district will also be made available at the organic outlet.
Harzol district ta puthokpa singsi mamangi sahigi aikogi metric ton kayama mapanda thadokpa amadi mayangi consumption domestic consumption da chatkra matungda hojik singsi wana phangba wadana leinari tanja sida ngasi aikogi chaurakna metric ton Tariat Muksi ekoi organic outlet Sanjen Thongda soidana pura agani masisu ekoina yamna reasonable loiba mamalda mayamda consumer singda phanghanna sem saba loijare masimasu ekoi mayamda consumer mayam lamdam sida leibiriba organic nungsibiba amadi haidiba chinjak afaba chaba loinana ekoi iramdamda leiba farmer singsibu mateng pangningba mateng pangbiba oina thokpa ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯅꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯄꯥꯡꯕꯤꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯔꯤꯀ꯭ꯋꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯖꯩ.
Birds, rats and squirrels have been attacking corns and other crops at Lamphau Pasna village in Chandel district. Social worker of the village BD Betha Anal has appealed to the relevant authorities and district administration Chandel to look into the matter and to take necessary measures to help the farmers at the earliest. Speaking on the sidelines of an inspection visit at the fields today, Betha said that livelihood of around 60 families have been greatly affected by the attack amid the COVID-19 lockdown. He appealed to the relevant authorities to carry out necessary survey and compensate the affected farmers. Manipuri Council Tripura and Manipuri Student Youth Coordination Committee jointly carried out a protest demonstration at Agartala, Radhanagar, condemning the physical attack carried out on former Cabinet Minister and Congress State President of Tripura, Mitei K. Birjit, and his personal guard, and even destroying his car by some unknown miscreants. Protesters have demanded to arrest the miscreants and to award befitted punishment to them. A body found in front of MS Mayailambi Tire Works in Hyangthang, Mayailambi of Imphal West District under Wangoi Police Station on August 23 morning remains unidentified. Wangoi Police OC has notified that the body will be disposed of with approval from District Magistrate Imphal West District if no one claimed the body in the next 72 hours. Police source said the deceased is around 40 to 50 years of age and he might have been murdered. His body was kept in Reims mortuary since the last couple of days, but no one has claimed the body till today. Union of Upliftment, an apex body of local clubs of Imphal East District, held its Foundation Day celebration at the club office in Kurai Lamlong Market today. Students who bagged positions in the Class 10 and 12 examinations 2020 from under the jurisdiction of the club were also felicitated on the occasion. Nongjai MD Ali Akram Shah from Ketrigao, who bagged 188 All India rank in UPSC Civil Service Examination 2019, was also felicitated at the event. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has announced his resignation for health reasons. He said he did not want his illness to get in the way of decision-making and apologized to the Japanese people for failing to complete his term in office. The 65-year-old has suffered for many years from ulcerative colitis and inflammatory bowel disease, but he said his condition had worsened recently. Last year, he became Japan's longest-serving prime minister. His current period in office began in 2012. He will remain in his post until a successor is chosen. In 2007, he resigned abruptly from an earlier term as prime minister because of his struggles with ulcerative colitis, a chronic condition that he has lived with since he was a teenager. Shinzo Abe has a reputation as a staunch conservative and nationalist, and for stimulating growth with his aggressive economic policy known as Abenomics. Now the sports news. India will observe National Sports Day tomorrow. The day is being observed since 2017 in honor of renowned field hockey player Major Dhyan Chand on his birthday. He was born in Allahabad on August 29, 1905 and played 185 matches as a centre forward player between 1926 till 1949 and scored 570 goals. Dhyan Chand took major role winning the gold medals for India in the Summer Olympic Games held at Amsterdam in 1928, at Los Angeles in 1932, and at Berlin in 1936. He was accorded with Padma Bhushan in 1956. The government will award 73 players from 7 different sports fields on this day. Fate of AFC Under-16 Boys Football Championship to be held under Asian Football Confederation remains undecided. The championship, which will take place in Bahrain, was scheduled to start on September 16 but has been postponed until November 25, but it might get further postponed until 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Bahrain, North Korea, Iran and Qatar will be in Group A. Tajikistan, Oman, Yemen and United Arab Emirates will be in Group B. South Korea, Australia, India and Uzbekistan will be in Group C, while Japan, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia and People's Republic of China will be in Group C. The groups will compete in league round matches and the group winner and the runners-up will lock horns in the quarter-final matches. Women's football team of Manipur Police Sports Club extended a financial help of 50,000 rupees to international footballer Ramananda, who is undergoing kidney treatment at Raj Medicity. Team coaches Surmala, Bembem, Tababi, Toy, Ibeyaima and Romi handed over the amount to the ailing footballer's mother. Cricketers Virat Kohli and Lasith Malinga are the top cricketers to score most runs and wickets in the Indian Premier League. The league, held under the aegis of BCCI, kicked off from April 18, 2008. India's batsman Virat Kohli has made 5,412 runs. Suresh Raina has made 5,368 runs. Rohit Sharma has made 4,898 runs and Shikhar Dhawan has made 4,579 runs, while Australia's David Warner has made 4,706 runs so far. Sri Lanka's bowler Lasith Malinga took 170 wickets, while India's bowler Amit Mishra took 157 wickets. Harbhajan Singh and Piyush Chawla took 150 wickets each, and West Indies' bowler Dwayne Bravo took 147 wickets so far. India's Suresh Raina is the top fielder with 102 catches. Many cricket enthusiasts are eagerly waiting for the upcoming 13th IPL to be hosted by United Arab Emirates. Now, before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. 2 more COVID-19 patients died at Jennings this morning. Death toll from COVID-19 in Manipur rises to 27. Manipur reports 118 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours, rising state tally to 5,843, of which 1,759 are active cases. Chief Minister Nongthongpam Biren lays foundation stones for various schemes sponsored by Centre worth around 647 crore rupees. And India reports single-day spike of 77,266 new COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 61,529. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri News. For more news, you can also follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Have a great evening and stay safe.